So, Ando, the Mighty Cats. We may have been optimistic coming to the finals. It was wrong.
You and I were. We were bullish about the Cats, Scotty, and for the third year in a row, they let down a lot of people.
Same way. That's what's frustrating.
Yeah, you get out in the ground like that, and you're not prepared mentally or physically. That comes down, obviously, to the players. It also comes down to the coaching staff. They have to accept their share of the blame. The number of players, look, I'll be honest about it, I think some of those blokes are very good home and away footballers. Yep. And down at Geelong particularly with a narrow ground, I'm not so sure about finals time, MCG.
Well, it's been exposed 3 years in a row. You mentioned that. They got issues off the bye, exposed again. Now, the season as a whole, they tried 40 players, so that's a tick.
Yep.
They've tried a lot of kids. Asava, they've found a couple. Narkle, I like. You know, Tim Kelly, obviously.
Yeah, Parfitt still think will be a player. Lachlan Fogarty will be a player.
So there's a little bit there.
Yep.
But the issue is game style. I mean, I know we're all copycats, but Melbourne seem to be copying Richmond, and it's a pretty good way to do it. Collingwood's found a way to play. Geelong's system has been slow, gradual build-up, rely on their guns to get the victory. That's just not going to work anymore, Ando.
No, and Richmond and Melbourne style is to have the small forwards, that manic pressure. League speed. Geelong doesn't have the small forwards. And I reckon Geelong, and I say we because I barrack for the club, have tried 8 or 9 players there in the past 3 years. And for different reasons, Greggs has had injuries, McCarthy's had injuries, Cockatoo's had injuries, Parsons wasn't set at that position. Ended up playing Scott Selwood as a defensive forward. We just have not. So Luke Dalehouse next year is.
That's a tick. I get
He's
that.
been targeted for that reason. But you know, Hawkins is now 30. Joel Selwood's 30. Gary Ablett, he's going to play next year. He's 34. What's Harry Taylor, 32?
Yeah.
There's issues. They're not going to play their best year next year, any of those players, you wouldn't have thought.
But it's going to need courage from the coaching who you mentioned, because these guys, a lot of them will still be on the list, but you can't play them.
I think it's Chris Scott's biggest challenge as a coach.
Absolutely.
Can he reinvent, not just the list, but himself? Can he reinvent the game style of that Geelong side? Chris is a very strong-minded person, and I think is reluctant. He knows what he wants. This time he might have to accept that what he wants isn't actually the way to go, and a change has to be made.
Potentially the forward line, Daniel Menzel's got offers elsewhere. He had a poor final again. Maybe he goes. So it could be Hawkins, Sava Radaglia, and then build it from there. Really, it's a blank canvas if they do it properly. Yeah,
sure. Look, Wally Buzzer hasn't come up. He looked promising the year before. Ruck's been a problem. Ryan Abbott tried his guts out. I mean, fourth game against Max Gordon, he actually did pretty well when I think about it. But Reece Stanley, they probably missed Reece Stanley around the ball.
Yeah, mobility and I agree with that.
Just that his follow-up is as good as most.
He's not
players.
the answer to the prayers.
Maybe not long term. No, I'm with you, Scotty. They've got to find a tall backman. Tim House, looked okay early in the season of VFL. We don't know. We haven't seen him. Radaglia up forward and Ruck is promising, but. No, I'd say right now it's pretty disappointing. In terms of the old school mark, A, B, C, D, E, F, I'm going with, off the top, I'm saying C.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't be anything else. Making the finals with the talent they have, they had to, they should have, they did. They sort of fell in, which maybe was a symptom of what had happened earlier.
With a good percentage, with a percentage around 130. They lost 8 of their 9 games by 18 points or less. And we're in most games other than the Essendon game. So really, that promised a fair bit. And they thought privately that they were a better place this year than they have been the last 2 years. That leaves a very bitter taste in the mouths of many of us.
A lot of changes at Geelong and a C from John Anderson.